There's brooms up. Apollos are in blue, going right to left across your screen with the quaffle. Lost Boys in white with bludgers.
Looks like Lost Boys will play a mark defense.
And that's a long-range beat by Michael Vong. And it leads to a scrum in which the Lost Boys come away with the quaffle. Princeton makes a nice pass behind the hoops, and
Great stop there from the keeper.
All right, Lost Boys still have the ball. It's back in Princeton's hands. He loses it, but is able to clean up the mess and pass it back out to Cito at the top of the key. He makes a drive and slams it through the middle-sized hoop. That's a goal for Chris Cito.
Well, I will say, Clay, my first takeaway from that defensive stand from Ohio Apollos, the player to watch is Kagan Madeline. They had an excellent block through the hoops and then an excellent tackle, which led to a quaffle on the ground. And although their teammates couldn't recover, I'm looking for that keeper to make some big stops today in this game.
Yep, that was a really nice defensive sequence from the Apollos, even though they gave up the goal. That was a pass far behind the hoops by the Apollos. It goes out of bounds. And the Lost Boys have it.
Lost Boys beaters here are really putting in work. I think that's another story to watch to see if Apollo's beaters can catch up at some point and hold control for a little bit of this game.
Cito makes another drive, tries to get around number 92, and it's taken all the way down. The Apollos clean it up. Number 74 with a nice cover.
Madeline again with the stop. I think Lost Boys, they need to notice that he's making these stops and try to pass the ball around him instead of trying to drive through him.
All right, Apollos trying to set something up. Lost Boys still have bludger control. They've held it for the entire game so far. And that's through. Nice pass from Keegan across to... Do you see who got it?
I believe it's that trailing player. I believe it's number 35 who is not on our roster. There is no 35 on our roster.
All right, nice work. Number 35. We will find out your name and get your due in a moment. Cito drives through once again, knocked by 3 different Apollos players and straight through the medium-sized hoop. It is now 20-10, Lost Boys ahead. Both goals by Chris Cito on unassisted drives straight through to the middle hoop.
Kagan Madeline is subbing out at keeper, so we'll see how that changes the Ohio Apollos defense. I believe that's Jeanette High who has come in with the green headband now.
All right. Matt Dwyer, number 19, is the founder of the team and directing this offense, trying to get around this stout Lost Boys defense. He is marked at every move. Gives it off to number 51, who is Andrew Miller. And he is beat, and that leads to a Lost Boys transition. The beat is missed. Oh, but the pass over to number 21. There's a little net contact that gets through, so that is Princeton England with the goal off the assist from Cito.
Great dish there from Cito. I thought he was just going to be seeing red and tried to drive through Dwyer, but I was wrong. He found his teammate, and that made it an easy goal.
It is now 30-10 Lost Boys. Apollos, Jeanette High with the quaffle. They are conversing. They did get bludger control out of one of those last 2 exchanges.
And did just sub for a new beater, so we'll see if this pair can help the team score a goal.
Jeanette High looking for a lane. She is marked and passes off, but no, number 51 is beat before he can get the ball, and Cito cleans it up on the other side of the field.
Great beater play there from Lost Boys.
Lost Boys making a bunch of changes, a bunch of new players on the field. We'll try to get their names in as soon as we can.
Game time is now 5 minutes.
Number 18, Steve DiCarlo, returning to the Lost Boys after a long absence, passes it all the way over the hoops to number 52. He's back out to Black on the top of the key. Back to
Ben
DiCarlo.
Strauss with two phenomenal long-range beats there to give his team a chance.
The reset is used by the Lost Boys to clean that up before the Apollos are able to get a fast break.
Yep, Lindsey Simpson there with the good presence of mind to pick up the quaffle and use Lost Boys reset there.
Lost Boys have regained bludger control. DiCarlo is looking for an opening. That is number 10,
Portillo.
Max Portillo, who is inside of the Apollo's zone. And that is a pass over the top.
Beautiful alley-oop.
By number 17, Jordan Black.
Beautiful alley-oop there. The floating pass works if the player can make it an alley-oop. If they catch that floating pass and hit the ground, it's likely they are going to be tackled.
That is now 40-10, Lost Boys in the lead. Dwyer moves all the way to the far side of the field, looking for an opening. Lost Boys have the bludgers turtled around the hoops. That pass is bad, goes across for a reset, but Dwyer is able to grab it. He passes across to number 51, who tries to dunk it through but misses.
And another good beat there. These Lost Boys beaters are really glued to the hoop, and they're able to make those beats as Apollos pass towards the players on the hoops.
DiCarlo across to the back. That beat is missed. That pass back over the top, out to Black at the top of the key. Oh, that's number 52, not Black. He goes through. Gets around a wrap. And that is a goal by Vincent Woolsey.
If I'm Ohio Apollos here, I am starting to think about using my timeout. Whoop. There we go.
That is great commentary right there.
So reason I said that, probably reason Ohio Apollos did this, they are now down 4 goals, 40 points. At this point, a snitch catch for them still leaves them trailing Lost Boys, and I think they need a reset. I don't think they've been outplayed. I just think that they have not had very much ball movement.
Two really good long beats by Strauss so far, and 2 missed long beats that have led to goals directly.
Yep, and then if I'm in the Lost Boys huddle, I'm saying, hey, we're playing great. It is early. It is much colder than we're used to in LA, and we are winning this game, keeping the energy high. Let's go out there and keep running on Ohio. I really think that's Lost Boys' game. They seem comfortable running the fast break as a team. And I think if they can kind of dominate the beater game, they might be able to run up the score with some fast breaks here.
Yeah. And so far, that beater game has been pretty dominated by Lost Boys beaters, who still have control. I think there was 1 possession so far where Apollos have had control. We're about ready to restart. Timeouts in Quidditch are 1 minute. It is still 50-10, Lost Boys in the lead.
So this is a very important possession for Apollos. Coming out of their timeout, let's see, even if they don't convert here, I want to see a better look from them than they've had so far today.
Right, and we have Jeanette High still leading the offense down the field. We have number 7, Megan Severance, hanging out by the hoops here on the close side of the field. There is a
Ben Strauss makes a play for control. No bludgers here for a second.
That beat is missed. Oh, High is tackled as she tries to get the pass off, and the ball goes over to Lost Boys.
Great play there from Strauss. He went from having only 1 bludger for Apollos to creating a no bludger situation for his team with 2 back-to-back beats. Wins control, gets Jeanette High a lane. Unfortunately, she's unable to finish through contact.
Now Apollos with control have set their defense.
High cannot be beat there as she's in the keeper zone.
Pass goes behind the hoops to and passes across to number 28, and it is called good by the head ref.
Lindsay Simpson with the goal there.
28, Lindsay Simpson.
Great positioning from Simpson, and I like that play from Lost Boys. A lot of Quidditch teams will do one pass behind and then look to shoot. Lost Boys, one pass behind, makes the defense turners around, and then finds Simpson out on the wing. Two goals makes it even better.
There was a little wildness with the quaffle in the middle of the field. DiCarlo tried to kick it without being on his broom, but it wound up not being called. Now it's DiCarlo, who is playing keeper. Woolsey, number 52, on the close side, and we have behind the hoops over there.
Simpson again. Oh, and over on the right,
40. Shea Silver. Shea Silver drives through and hits the goal. And there's a big scrum in the middle of the field. A lot of tackles, a lot of crazy things happening, but Matt Dwyer winds up with the ball here on the close side, tries to make a long pass, is able to make it, and then a over-the-hand shot behind the hoops.
Kicked out of bounds. Apollo's ball, it's number 35. That's the player we don't have on our roster.
Yes. And it's back to Dwyer here, number 19 on this side. Passes it up to Keegan Madeline. He is looking for an opening. Lost Boys have regained bludger control. Keegan, tries to take the shot, but it is snuffed out.
Number 52 with the stop there.
Number 52 came in?
Yep, number 52 from Lost Boys had the stop there.
Okay, that's Vincent Woolsey.
Thank you. Paul is in a zone defense here. Madeline with the keeper headband playing up top right at the keeper zone so he cannot be beat.
Steve DiCarlo is looking for someone to make a cut on the backside. And there it is, number 40, Shea Silver, who gets around the attempted wrap and is still looking for the pass over the top. And that is saved from being a reset just barely.
Strauss was also able to steal control there from Portillo, made the beat, and his chasers held down the defense while bludgers were on the ground.
Vincent Woolsey is now looking for that same cut. Lost Boys making the same double pass to the back a lot of times here. Looks like a missed beat. That pass over to the back to Shea Silver, who was not able to pick it up, and Simpson was beat before. But that shot is missed by Woolsey.
Good defensive stand there from Apollos.
And it looks like it's covered up by number 35?
Yes.
Yes. Lost Boys have been able to keep things under control a little bit since their timeout.
They were also able to get control back in the second half of that offensive possession.
Yes. And Madeline passes over to the far side. That goal is through.
Great finish there. Stiff arm with one arm and the hook shot with the other.
Yes, by number 35. Passed out right before. All right, that is a dunk through by the Lost Boys, but I could not tell who got it.
So Apollos again with control. I think the players to watch, although he's now leaving the field, Strauss and Portillo keep dueling in the Apollos defensive end. Both of the players seem to enjoy that. Strauss is now subbed off though.
Yeah, who's come in for Strauss?
See if we can get a number here in a second.
17.
Austin Howe in for Strauss now at beater.
All right, we have
Miller with the ball.
Andrew Miller looking for an opening, passes into the middle of the field.
Over to Ely.
And, nice. Madeline gets it, but is beat before he can get to the hoops.
Very unfortunate there for Madeline. I think he had an easy shot on two hoops, and they both fell down.
Beat right in front of us by, number 13, who winds up losing control for the Apollos. Lost Boys now have control again. Miller Passes to Russell, number 99, in the middle of the field. Princeton Ingwin back in, number 21, at keeper for Lost Boys.
I believe there's an injury stoppage here.
So what do you think the Apollos need to do to get back in this game now that they are down 60-20?
They need more ball movement. The Apollo chasers are able to finish. And I don't want to just say it's bad Apollo's offense. I think Lost Boys are playing good defense, but I think Apollos aren't giving them enough motion to make Lost Boys work as hard as they might.
No, I play for Orlando now that I live in Florida, just getting some good.
On the other side, Apollos have tried fast breaks a few times. Huge stops from Lost Boys. Even when they haven't gotten turnovers, they've been able to stop the fast break and make Apollos set up in that half court they're not too comfortable with. And the Lost Boys do have that good ball movement, and I think, as I said earlier, they're willing to make that second or third pass.
Yes.
I think that's something we have not seen from Apollos, and I think it's the difference in the half courts today.
Yeah, that's definitely seems to be the case. So it looks like it is 80-20 Lost Boys in the lead. I thought it was only 70-20, but
that is what the scoreboard says.
yeah,
80-20.
I think that last goal that was by the player, I could not find their number. So that's going to be key for Apollos to do exactly what you just said. We do not have a clock over here, so we don't have the time left before 20 minutes. As we're trying to find the time, because at 20 minutes there will be the stoppage for snitch play. We are only 13 minutes and 22 seconds into the game.
Have you talked to Colin much recently? Have you talked to
All right, we are back after the injury.
Injured Lost Boys player was able to walk away of their own power, so that's good to see.
There's an exchange in the middle of the field. Lost Boys are still setting up.
Heck yeah. Yeah, he's been, I mean, we talk all the time. I was just going to say he's been doing better for the most part. So.
That is John Luna, number 22, driving through the middle. That is clear because Luna was able to block it with the quaffle. Passes across.
He's still nervous.
Princeton is beat, but picks up the ball first. Looks like it's being called a turnover. Yes, being called a turnover by being thrown after beat.
I think it's possible.
Lost Boys bench employing their beaters to play defense here to stop the fast break.
No, it's on him. Most importantly, I just want him to be.
And Apollos do not take the fast break opportunity.
Very aggressive play there from Krieger, and it does cost them control.
All right. Madeline is able to come out of the scrum with the quaffle, looking to get the team to calm down and try to set an offense to break through this pretty stout Lost Boys defense.
That's all I know. Right. Yeah, I just wanted to update you on that.
That is, I think, a shot that goes all the way past, misses everything. But there is a stoppage of play in the beater game. It is a yellow card on number 70 for the Lost Boys.
Krieger with the card. The call is contact made with an opposing player after they were beat.
That is going to turn the quaffle back over to Madeline here at the top of the key. He is going to look for advantage on the fact that Lost Boys finally are down a bludger.
Lost Boys on a penalty kill. Apollos really needs to put their bludgers to the advantage here.
Madeline is taken down. The ball goes out of bounds behind the hoops. Lost Boys should be able to kill the penalty if they move it slow enough.
Really unfortunate there from Apollos. They cannot beat the keeper who is in the keeper zone. So my advice to them is pass around the keeper and then have somebody else drive from a wing.
We have Russell, number 99, in at chaser for the Lost Boys, along with Luna, who is carrying the quaffle now. Princeton, starting keeper, is back in. And I can't see the number on the third chaser. Luna is driving past on the left side, makes a nice pass to number 99, but it's covered up by 74 on Apollos, who gives it off to Madeline, who is making a fast break.
Hal going with him.
And Princeton takes him down, but he gets back up, makes a nice pass over to the right side, but 74 is beat.
Hal just too late with the beat there. Madeline has to see his beaters, drive to his beaters so that he can have beater help. And even though Hal was able to make the beat, the wrap was already there, and it slowed Madeline down enough to prevent that fast break.
There looks like there's another stoppage for penalty.
Krieger with a tackle from behind, and I think the question is whether or not their feet were planted before they made contact.
Discussion with the refs.
So that is a new rule in Quidditch this year. If this is your first Quidditch you're watching this season, a player is allowed to engage from behind as long as both of their feet are planted before contact is made. And it looks like there's going to be no penalty on that play, which should give Lost Boys control. Good wrap there from Krieger.
Yep, Lost Boys pick it up and gain control. Luna is looking for an opening, gets all the way to the side of the hoops, gives it to Russell at the top of the key, who makes a drive past all the Apollos and is wrapped and does not get it. But number 27 on the other side, Zana, has been taken down behind the hoops, gets the ball out, Madeline picks it up.
So earlier this game, I was giving Lost Boys props for all those passes. Russell tries to muscle through and gets stopped. Once you drive, it's been shown effective against Apollos. Dish it off to your teammates. Your teammates are all very capable players. Maybe a little bit of a mental lapse there from Russell, and we'll see if next time he gets the ball, if he passes halfway through his drive.
Yeah. This is Katie Ellie with the ball, number 74 on Apollos. It's the same look that the Apollos have been giving every time. Pass behind is dropped by Jeanette, but is picked up. No, it's picked up by Lost Boys. Luna comes out with it.
And great dodge there from Jonathan Ramirez in the beater game. We saw that. Ramirez, good dodge.
Lost Boys taking it for the full-on drive. Luna all the way up the field, unassisted, and there was just nobody who was set up on defense who could stop him.
Yep, good attempt there from Severance. Like to see that attempt, but Luna, just too much for her there.
It is now 90-20, Lost Boys in the lead. Apollos really need to make something happen if they're going to get back in this game. Jeanette High is bringing the quaffle up the pitch. Lost Boys once again with bludger control. Looks like it's Ryan Smythe out there in the red hat. Jeanette makes. Oh, I thought it was going to fall in, but it did not.
Shooter's got to shoot. I honestly think that was one of Apollo's best looks all day. I love that shot.
Scarfone passes out to Black, and Black is able to scoop it in for the hoop. That's an assist for Scarfone and a goal by Black. Number 17 on Lost Boys. It is now 10-2.
Great fast break offense there from Lost Boys. The whole team running together. That's what we like to see. Very hard for defenses to defend when you have multiple chasers running up the field with you.
Yeah, multiple chasers. Pass it off once, knock it in. Jeanette.
Smythe with a beat on Strauss. Oh, that was going to be a fast break, and honestly an unfortunate whistle there for Lost Boys, I think. After Strauss was beat, he turned to run, kicked a bludger, and that was the stop. He's going to get a blue card for that. But Lost Boys had already entered their press before that whistle, so a little bit unfortunate there for them. Apollos now gets a little bit of time to think.
And play has restarted. Matt Dwyer takes the reset. He's beat. Jeanette High is beat as she's just trying to get the ball out, but number 13 on Lost Boys, who is Sam Scarfone, picks it up.
All right, let's see if Lost Boys can convert on their own bludger or beater power play here. Apollos were unable to earlier this game.
All three of the Lost Boys beater teams have been pretty dominant because of their conservative play. And that is driven through by Scarphone, who is stripped as he just tries to power through all on his own. That is clear.
Good dodge.
But number 25 is taken down by Princeton.
Great hit there. Great hit.
It looks like it may be a little bit of an injury. That's Andrew Tudor, who hit his head on the ground.
So textbook beater play there from Lost Boys. While Apollos only had one beater because the other one was in the box, they just went in and beat Apollos' beater as many times as they could to give their chasers a no bludger situation. But Apollos chasers, good on them. They made the stop. They made the hits they needed to make. Look to run the other way. But it is very hard to run when you are down a beater.
Yeah.
And a great hit there from Enwin for the stop and the turnover.
Yes. I think hopefully just out of an abundance of caution, Tudor has come out and has been replaced because of that bang of the head. No penalties on the
So I believe that was the whistle was stopped dead because he was believed to be injured, and therefore he must sub out. An injured player stoppage rules.
There. Lost Boys still trying to take advantage of the fact that the Apollos are down. And they do, just before the penalty ends, with 6 seconds left, they are able to get that 11th goal.
Huge finish there from Nuong through contact. I think it might have been beat before. I personally thought it was beat before, and I think that's what this stoppage is about. Nonetheless, it was a great finish through contact from Nuong there.
Yes. The Lost Boys can definitely build on that, even if this goal is called off.
So the goal there is good, and while the ball was dead after the goal is scored, we reached 20 minutes, and so we are now at our 20-minute stoppage.
All right, so it is now 11-2, 110-20. With the Lost Boys still ahead. The Snitch will be entering the game now. What do you think that the Apollos should do if they want to get back in it?
I think the Apollos need to keep their beaters in the Quathel game the whole time. I think, obviously, coming back from this big of a deficit, it's going to be huge if you catch your Snitch. But I think we've seen Lost Boys are way better at running fast break offense and fast break defense than Apollos are. And if Apollos just let this become a track meet, they are going to get buried quickly, and a snitch catch isn't going to help them much.
So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the rules changes that have occurred this year, we are now at the 20-minute mark, which means there is a 1-minute timeout. Then at the resumption of play, the snitch will come onto the field. A snitch catch will be worth 35 points, and at this point, it is going to be set at a set score. A set score is a goal score that we are trying to get to, which is 70 above the leading team score. So the Lost Boys have 110 points. The set score will now be 180. And the first team to get to 180 points in any combination will win this game. This has been our 20-minute Seeker Floor timeout brought to you by VC Ultimate.
So it looks like Kagan Madeline will be starting Seeker for Apollos. I haven't seen a number, but I think that might be Steve DiCarlo starting Seeker for Lost Boys. We'll have to check that out in a second once we can see his number.
That doesn't look like Steve to me, but we'll see.
Then maybe it's not. I'm remembering almost entirely on what kind of tights they were wearing earlier. So, as always, poor commentary by me, and Apollos immediately put their bludgers into the snitch game.
All right, Apollos, Dwyer passing off. is knocked down at the last second by Princeton, who is able to push it over to Scarfone, who is able to drive in the quaffle game.
And that is Alex Russell seeking for Lost Boys.
The Lost Boys are able to come out of a scrum with the goal. So it is now 120-20.
Great tackle there from Matt Dwyer. Unfortunately for him, Lost Boys were still able to finish through that contact from the ground.
And there is a stoppage. So the Apollos have put their bludgers into the Seeker game. They are going to try to get the catch and get back in it that way.
So reasons for that, obviously, snitch catch is worth 3 goals, and that is huge. They've had trouble scoring today. Secondarily, if they think they're going to be playing close games later today, it is excellent practice for their beaters to stay on snitch in this game in preparation for games later today.
Yeah. All right. So this is, once again, the Apollos looking to get anything going on offense in the quaffle game. Matt Dwyer looking for any opening in this Lost Boys defense, and is hit hard at the top of the key. It's our number 35 in the keeper headband, gets it across to number 51, but is unable to clean it up. But Princeton is off his broom. But the Lost Boys, that's Lindsey Simpson at the bottom of the pile with the quaffle. So the Apollos had a great look, but are just missed. Just the roll is not with them. This is Kim Chang looking to just kind of slowly tap the ball up the field. Here is Steve DiCarlo. And DiCarlo makes a beautiful pass across to Russell. Who gets it home, it looks like, 13-2. It's a lot of seeker play right in front of us here.
Yep, all 4 beaters constantly on the snitch. They've had a lot of good battles amongst themselves.
Apollos pass the ball across, trying to hit Jeanette High on the outside, but it goes out of bounds on the far side of the field. And now the Lost Boys are just continuing their domination, running through people. Nice pass off to Kim Chang, who misses but cleans it up, gets it across to Simpson, who knocks it home.
And there's that second pass from Lost Boys to make sure they get that goal.
It is now 14-2. 140-20. And Jeanette passes it off to Matt Dwyer, passes it across to number 35, who kicks it, and it goes out of bounds on the far side of the field. Lost Boys quaffle.
Strauss, a dominant few seconds there for him, getting all the bludgers on the ground. Great beat there to get the stop as well. Good presence of mind.
Bludger comes right at us. Number 92, that's Madeline, finally gets another goal for Apollos. They're able to capitalize on the fact that Lost Boys are almost entirely concentrating on the snitch in the beater game right now. It is now 140-30. Apollos' first time in about 15 minutes getting on the board. DiCarlo with Woolsey. Woolsey with the drive, knocks it all the way through. And it's called good because it was just the hoop fell down. I think they needed to check to make sure that the ball actually went through it.
And with a quick 4 goals, Lost Boys will now win on a snitch catch.
Madeline makes a drive, gets past 2 Lost Boys defenders, past DiCarlo, passes across.
And great finish there. I
think it is
I think
number
that is our
35.
number 35 again. Unfortunate we don't have our number on the roster here. Honestly, though, from Apollo's, that offensive look was great because Madeline drove. It made the Lost Boys defense react, and that's why that pass was open.
Yes. That is, as the Apollos move through the rest of the day, they're going to be needing to do more of that. And that shot misses across the top, and it is now Madeline with the ball. He drives it up through the center. Apollos at this point, I feel like, are just trying to make a nice, decent score on the board, get some things for the rest of the day. That's a good drive by Madeline. Gets by, makes a slip, I think, on the wet field, and that leads to Woolsey being able to get the ball from him. Now there's a big scrum.
Great strip there from Woolsey.
Woolsey is out of the scrum with the quaffle, making a run for it. Fast break across to Lindsey Simpson. Lindsey Simpson puts it home. Great ball movement once again from the Lost Boys. Of the Lost Boys' 16 goals, I think 12 of them have had assists. It's been nice ball movement.
Been a very fun team to watch play, that's for sure.
That is number 7, who catches an high errant pass and puts it home. That is Megan Severance with the goal for the Apollos. That makes it 160-50.
And Madeline with back-to-back assists on those little drive-in dishes.
Oh, nice block.
And that was Severance with the stop. So from a goal to a good defensive play there for her. Severance with the drop pass.
And the Lost Boys come out with it. That was
Zana, I believe.
Zana at the bottom of the pile.
Oh, great catch there from Austin Howe in the beater game.
Scarfone makes a long pass all the way to the back. Lots of passes, but that one was to a player who was right beside a beater.
Great play there from Austin Howe. Made the beat on the seeker and realized that he had a chance to make a play in the quaffle game.
Severance, the ball is knocked out from Severance, but the Apollos are able to grab it back. Andrew Miller. With the quaffle this time. Looking to make a drive and dish.
Lost Boys there recognizing that they are only 2 goals away from winning. They have put their bludgers into the offensive quaffle game here.
Scarfone drives all the way through half the Apollos squad, but is taken down.
And Miller rips it out.
Yep.
Good stop there from Apollos.
Lost Boys defensive seeking.
Interesting play there from Lost Boys. I suppose it's because they have taken their bludgers out of the snitch game. They now just want the game to be finished with neither team catching the snitch.
It's Katie Ellie who is in at seeker trying to work through the Lost Boys defender.
And that is a timeout. I believe after 20 minutes, Lost Boys went on something like a 40-0 run, and since then, Apollos have made some adjustments, and I think they are on a 30-1 run of their own, and I think Lost Boys just wants to call a timeout and say, hey, everyone, listen, we have 16 goals to their 5. We're better than this. Calm down. We have a lot of time. Let's just score on our next two positions and end this game.
Yes, and that is also what I have on the score. It was 40-0 from Lost Boys, and then it's definitely the last 3 minutes or so. Apollos have been pretty dominant and have gone 30-10. But Lost Boys only need 2 more to hit that magic 180 number. And that can be either 2 goals or the snitch catch, either way.
And kind of confirming what we thought Lost Boys might be saying in the huddle, one of their players just out there reminding their team, just calm down, is what she said to everybody on the field.
That is Strauss making things happen in the middle. And such a big scrum.
Madeline was stripped there.
It looks like Shea Silver comes away with the quaffle. That keeper headband keeping him immune from all those beats.
Kreger and Vong are going to walk the quaffle in here. Lost Boys with control, putting both bludgers in the quaffle offense. Watch.
DiCarlo makes that pass over the top to Silver, who drops it. That wet ball. This is a wet, cold field out here today.
And Apollos with another stop. If you are an Ohio Apollos fan, you must be thinking what I'm thinking. That it is a shame that Apollos didn't look this good for the first 20 minutes of this game.
And good to see Andrew Tudor back out there after the possible injury earlier. It was just out of precaution that he was taken off the field. Dwyer trying to get through the middle, gets past the beater, makes a pass to number 35, of course, behind the hoops, but that one is going to go out of bounds and be Lost Boys ball.
Good press there from Kreger, and I believe as some players were beat and all turning, there was some inadvertent contact with Matt Dwyer. He is down, so this is an injury stoppage.
As we wait for this injury to be cleared up, hopefully everybody is all right. Do you think that we will see a snitch catch in this game? I'm thinking no.
I agree with you. I do not think we will. Lost Boys have needed only 2 goals for a long time. Still, they only need 2 goals. But I just don't think Lost Boys' heart is really in it in the seeking game. Mm-hmm. They have switched back to Alex Russell as seeker. I think he's been the most enthusiastic Lost Boys seeker today, so he might get a catch in. But between him and Jeanette High, I think both of them going at the snitch, I think Russell's going to be pretty content to make sure High doesn't catch more than he's going to make sure he does catch.
Yes.
And I think Lost Boys are confident. They've scored 16 goals so far this game. Apollos need 13. I think Lost Boys are confident they can get these 2 goals.
And our snitch for this game is Josh Anglum, who is very large, very physical, and has been keeping... There hasn't been anything close to a catch.
No, and of course, in this new iteration of Quidditch this season with the new endgame rules, snitches can, quote-unquote, win games. There can be games that end with no snitch catch. And those are a lot of fun to see and a great point of pride for a lot of snitches.
Yes, I think we will be seeing quite a few of those games today. This is our first set of matches for the day. The other thing that we could do is so these 2 teams are both in the club division, both in Pool Y, I believe. And so who do you see coming out? Do you see either of these teams making bracket play?
Yes, so I believe if I understand this tournament structure correctly, if you win 2 games on Saturday, you get to play on Sunday.
Yes.
Who are the other teams? So Texas Hill Country Heat, Lost Boys, Spider Knights, Apollos, and the Rogues are the teams here in Pool Y. Texas Hill Country Heat is definitely the favorite in this pool. I think they might be the favorites to win the whole tournament, depending on who you ask. And with Lost Boys securing a win here against Ohio Apollos and only needing one more win to get to brackets, I think they are definitely a shoo-in to be playing some meaningful games tomorrow. Now, Ohio Apollos, unless they are able to get an upset on Hill Country Heat, they will need to beat Spider Knights and Rogues in order to get a spot in tomorrow's bracket. And I think that's very doable for them.
Yeah.
The Rogues are largely a bunch of college players, NYU, Macaulay, two New York City schools that have very storied Quidditch programs, were not allowed to play Quidditch this year based on their schools. And the Rogues, which has historically been kind of a junior team to the Warriors, said, hey, you can use our brand, you can use our resources, all these college kids, come play Quidditch, so we make sure that next year when your schools will allow you to play, we will actually be able to keep those teams alive. So I think Apollos will easily beat Rogues. And then Spider Knights, I play for DCQC. We saw Spider Knights at South Regionals. They're a fun team to play against. I think they will match up well against Apollos. But I think the Apollos beater experience will be able to help them win that game.
Yes. All right, and we are back in action. We will hope that Dwyer is going to get attended to on the side of the field and be okay. Jeanette High is really trying to make us have some problems here with our prediction. Back in at Seeker and going for it strongly and almost got a catch through the legs.
There was also another injury sub for Apollos, their beater. I believe it was Cameron Kniffen. Not
and
positive.
That pass over the top is to the keeper, who just will not turn around.
We'll get there in a second. That was definitely the Lost Boys keeper with the score, and now Lost Boys are 1 goal away from winning this game.
It is 170-50, I believe, even though the score has not changed.
And that was Jordan Black with the last Lost Boys goal.
Jordan Black.
17. Not sure what this stoppage is for, Clay. I'm not sure if you saw and have any idea.
I did not see it. Oh, yeah, that's a little hard to see. Blue Chaser came off broom.
Thank you, Eric Morlock, for letting us all know.
All right, this is another
Jordan
drive
Black.
by Jordan Black all the way across the pitch and in.
That is the ball game.
That should be 180. And it is. Lost Boys do hit that golden goal. No snitch catch. They go 1-0 on the day. Apollos go 0-1. What are your rest of your takeaways for the rest of the day?
Firstly, I'd like to congratulate Lost Boys and the Snitch, both with wins here in day one. Lost Boys takeaway, I was worried, a team coming out of LA, it's about 45 degrees here in Utah right now. I was worried they'd come out cold. They wouldn't know what to do. Maybe they'd be off in their passing. They were not. I think the takeaway from Lost Boys is it doesn't matter what the weather is, they are here to play.
Yes.
Apollos, I think the takeaway from them is their offense doesn't have a ton of ball movement, and if it continues to not have ball movement today, I think they're going to have struggle scoring goals, which means they're going to have struggle winning games without snitch catches.
And I think in addition to that, especially against teams that have a really strategic beater play like the Lost Boys, they should use Ben Strauss with a cohesion to actually think about it. When should we unleash these long beats?